Hello, my friend. Majestic in flight, mysterious on the water and prized on the plate. Wild ducks are more than just birds. They're a living link between our wetlands and our tables. But what does it really take for a wild duck to thrive, migrate, and sometimes end up as the star of a gourmet meal? Welcome to the journey of the wild duck, where ecology, economy, and culture collide. Meet the wild duck, nature's global traveler. There are over 120 species of wild duck worldwide, from the vivid mallard, Anas platyhinchos, of North America and Eurasia, to the pintail, teal, widgeon, and elusive black duck. 1. Migration marvels. Many wild ducks fly over 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers each season, connecting continents and ecosystems. 2. Adaptability. Wild ducks thrive in marshes, rivers, rice paddies, lakes, and even city parks. 3. Role in the ecosystem. As seed dispersers, grazers, and prey for predators, ducks help maintain wetland health. Fact: the mallard is the ancestor of nearly all domestic duck breeds and is the world's most abundant wild duck, with over 19 million in North America alone. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, 2023. Wild duck ecology. Life on the wetlands. Breeding and nesting. Most wild ducks nest in spring, laying 6 to 12 eggs in concealed grass nests near water. Ducklings are born precocial, downy, mobile, and ready to swim within hours. Diet. Wild ducks are omnivores, feeding on aquatic plants, seeds, insects, crustaceans, and small fish. Their flexible diet enables them to adapt to changing environments and seasons. Wetlands at risk. Over 50% of North American wetlands have been lost since European colonization, impacting duck populations and biodiversity. The migration, an epic annual journey. Why migrate? Wild ducks follow the seasons, breeding in northern wetlands and wintering as far south as Mexico, Africa, or Southeast Asia. Their V-formations and nocturnal flights are legendary feats of endurance, navigating by stars and magnetic fields. Conservation. The North American Waterfowl Management Plan and Ramsar Convention protect key habitats along flyways. GPS tracking and banding programs monitor populations and migration routes. Wild duck and human culture. Hunting, farming, and food. Sustainable hunting. Wild duck hunting is regulated in most countries. Seasonal quotas, bag limits, and species protections help sustain populations. Hunting licenses fund habitat conservation. In the U.S., the federal duck stamp has raised over $1.1 billion for wetlands since 1934. Farming and wild ducks. Commercial duck farms, mostly Pekin, Muscovy, mallard hybrids, supply 95% plus of duck meat globally. Wild duck on restaurant menus may be farm-raised mallards or game-farmed hybrids. Wild-caught ducks are a niche, seasonal delicacy. Economics. The value of ducks. Market data. The global duck meat market. 2.6 million metric tons produced annually. UN FAO 2022. China leads, 80% of production. France, Thailand, and the US are also major producers. Wild duck hunting supports a multi-billion-dollar industry in gear, travel, and hospitality. Ecotourism. Birdwatchers and nature tourists generate jobs and economic value in wetland regions. Wild duck on the plate. Culinary traditions. Cuisine. Wild duck is prized for its lean, flavorful, sometimes gamey meat and rich dark color. Classic dishes: au canard à l'orange, France; au Peking duck, China, usually farmed; au smoked duck, duck confit, and wild rice soup, North America. Chefs value wild duck for its complexity, fatty skin, robust flesh, and the terroir of its diet. Nutrition. Wild duck, O. 40 calories, 24 g protein, 5 g fat, per 100 g cooked, skinless. O. High in iron, B vitamins, and healthy fats. Preparation. Wild duck must be handled carefully, aged, hung, to tenderize, then roasted, smoked, or stewed. Food safety, traceability, and regulation. Wild versus farmed. Wild duck can carry parasites or environmental contaminants. Hunters must follow cleaning and cooking guidelines. In the EU, game must be inspected before commercial sale. In the US, most wild game cannot be sold, only consumed by the hunter or given away. Traceability. Some restaurants and specialty suppliers offer traceable wild-caught ducks, often tagged with region and harvest date. Sustainability and conservation challenges. Key issues. Wetland loss and pollution threaten duck breeding and wintering grounds. Climate change shifts migration timing and habitat ranges. Overhunting and illegal trade in some regions. Solutions. International treaties, protected reserves, and habitat restoration projects. Ethical hunting, adhering to bag limits, supporting conservation funding, avoiding vulnerable species. Innovation, modern management and farming technologies. GPS tagging and AI-powered migration tracking. Drones and satellite imagery to monitor wetland health. Selective breeding and welfare improvements in duck farming. New farming trends. Semi-wild duck farming, releasing farmed ducklings in controlled wetlands for hunting or sustainable harvest. Grass-fed and organic duck lines for premium markets. Culture, story, and the legacy of wild duck. Wild ducks in art and myth. Emblems of migration, freedom, and renewal in cultures worldwide. Featured in Native American folklore, Chinese poetry, and European hunting tales. Family traditions. Generations of hunters, cooks, and conservationists pass down skills and respect for wild duck. Community. Duck festivals, conservation groups, and citizen science initiatives connect people with the natural world. Wild duck, nature's testimony and table's treasure. The journey of wild duck, across skies, wetlands, and cultures, reminds us of our deep ties to nature. Whether in the wild or on the plate, the duck's story is one of resilience, stewardship, and shared destiny. Final thought. The next time you see a wild duck in flight, or taste its rich, earthy meat, remember, you're connected to a cycle of life, migration, and human ingenuity that spans the globe. Have you ever seen wild ducks in the wild, or tasted their unique flavor? Should we focus more on wild conservation, sustainable farming, or culinary innovation? Share your wild duck stories below. Subscribe to Agri360X for more stories on wildlife, food, and the forces that shape our world. 7 a.m. and 7 p.m.